Good evening, Sovereign Kava. How's everybody doing? Hell yeah. Can I get a hell yeah? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hello, I'm your temporary awesome host, Chameleon. And I will be here this evening. Keep in mind, we do this each and every Wednesday evening, starting at 8:30 or 9 rather, on most nights. We also have a lot of awesome events during the week, some of which including Open Jam, which is Tuesday at 8 and is a really rockin' time as well. Every weekend we have really awesome shows. I think this weekend, or this Thursday, we have stand-up comedy, so please come and check that out tomorrow night. That'll be a fun time. I think we're going to get this thing rolling. And first I'm going to read some poems for you, and then we will start the show. I have to do gargoyle stance. Please excuse me. It is like untying knots. Wicker cabinet, space needle, barometric pressure and tension. The looks of it on winter and enough milk to suit the doves. Blood doves, wept in winter, run from Rorschach, mouse moot, big breaths in heavy weather. Strange sounds from outside this cavern swirling and repeaving. Mott's accosted. Lips due for a different measure. A done deal. A simple kiss. Could have sworn the lot's more complicated, but it's completely damned. I mean cooked. I'm a switch, I swear. I'm a knitted sweater. Laughter prize heaply in the open heart. Praying for forgiveness in the shadows. The news not tight enough for windows. Rip the hand that floods, bust with the augment, rope the soup in disguise, or rust, or liminally. They keep telling them no replacements found until they get it. I respect that quiet magic, ripping or wilting like a fuse, boxed and heavy, sweating boba in the fried iron tea ship. The sleuth is caught sloppy again, oiled in her will, like an unknown fruit. If I can only write in love, I can rope the moon in from the Surrey sky and hope for roses and sighs. My hunger heats the edges of your proverbial painting and casts in shadow of burnt cotton. Loops take the form of your swollen heart, and I weave the numbers together for sake of hope. Heathen is those who abandon, feigned and cauterized by wounds and refusal to heal. The interception of direction poised by misunderstanding. Blind my mind and reap the inner existence like a bloom in blundering, groaned in the sense of irrevocable pain. Lined with the effort of eyes, ocular repair, and tonal exhaustion. Ground to center, painted in the amoeba excerpt, space and space wells, which wells are holy and which wells are dug deep. Seltzer analogy, under the effort of what will heal and what aches for cinders. All's well, ropes and tourniquets, slopes of kernel mist, popped corn in the fuse of the rind, fidgeting for the fight for unrelieved consent. I have spent thousands of years playing chess to find you on open grounds without a tourniquet, and I have sobbed for at least 2 hours thinking about all of our previous transgressions. The arcade fire was canceled last year or so due to unknown circumstances, so the games are still playable for the time being. Slips through the cracks, been whittling my heart for years. Grotesque, antiquated creature, raw from revival after revival. I ask for clarity and think anyone can peel an orange. But there are great errors and absolutes. You put a mask on so you can sleep. You terrorize cities of internal persuasion. You reach for the phone, fearing again. Lost deep inside and without you. You skipped town this morning on your bike. I was planning a life for us under sanctum moods and soft, quiet fields of wheat. Mystery of the century is why I cannot reach you here. I wish not to write in despair, forlorn longing, and destitution of heart. My fingers go numb at the sight of this present feeling, desire to escape. I follow you into the deep woods. It is a dream. You appear to know something I do not and could not for years to come. My body is swollen with promises unfulfilled over and over and over. It was found a week ago. It was found a moonstruck hour ago. It was interrupted by the sound and light of electric avenues. It is here now for the luck of us. The kilted new sour and sweet aroma, learning what long be had, it's the numbness. It waits in tiny splendor, giving hints to their demise. The war on practice is over, the wilted flowers proof. So you water what's potted when the soil is dry, and rotate them for light by God. Try not to pick too many flowers unless you face what dust is left. Okay, so I've met you in this handheld box where my sensitivities have gathered. It's like stone carvings of ambrosia. The hungry must eat. Once hit wonders wonderfully in the scope of our beyonding. I haven't phased out of the English language without permission. I have been asking since day one and listening. 12 notes. Mistakes were made. We chased to keep track of them. The unstackable oranges. So laugh while you can. Don't take fear with iron eyes. Be gentle in the new horizon. Edit your fill of books and pleasure. I will tell you when to settle. Listen good and listen well. And fall fast for love's sake, of course. Fall faster every time. Humble and full of wise commitment. Reach for what loves you in ways you cannot possibly understand. Yet, that is. Let's get the show started! All right, so up on the mic first, we have Sunman in the house. Everybody welcome Sunman up to the stage, please. And please be respectful of our performers. They're doing the most, and watch the show. It's going to be awesome.
Can you hear me? You guys all right? Can you hear it? All right. We got poets in the house. I know Ben is in the house. That chick was a poet. This cat over here, he's a poet. I'm a song and dance man. Spend most of my time. Katie asked me what I do, and I was just saying, I'm a song and dance man. She said she was born and raised down in Tracy Grove, where the only heat was a wood-burning stove down in Tracy Grove. Her daddy was a God-fearing man who sometimes used the back of his hand, and Ma never seemed to be right. She and Pa prayed to Jesus at night, and word amongst the kin was that Ma was Pa's cousin. She whispered to me, "I don't know, it doesn't matter, you see, 'cause I left Tracy Grove and now I'm free." She looked all of 23, but her eyes spoke of some ancient mystery. Her hair flowed, her smile glowed, she spoke of adventures untold. Don't hurt yourself. Hey, remember to tip these people that work back there with that mud? Because they work real hard. They make it look easy. Forget about it. La La Land. La La Land sort of has a ring to it. Unlike pro-fascist authoritarian regime, I prefer La La Land, where fancy free and footloose have a free-flowing rhythmic sound of near ecstatic existence within the boundless sphere of imagination and confines of an elusive reality that often slips through the fingers of the poet and philosopher before the radiant glow and crystallization of the message that all is well. In La La Land, where colors are brighter and shimmer in sparkling sunlight and mellow in the moonlight, where the air is filled with delight and curiosity, and the sounds resonate with hope and love in a supportive scene, where thoughts flow freely and find sympathetic ears, where differences are embraced and doors are swung open. Wow. That's, see, I'm from the sticks. What the fuck? You don't swear in here, I know. Not unless Asha is working. Could I get fun? I guess it's not working for me, dear. La La Land. All right, this will only be a second. You know, I had a band for a number of years, and I figured, what the hell? Who needs a band when you got a harmonica? Well, I'm pretty high. Brought my boost. Don't believe what you see. There's a magic elixir in there that's just perfect for me. Anyway. Well, I stopped at a Kava bar in Hendo, place called Shakedown Lounge. Heard that jukebox playing some good old Grateful Dead sounds. Pour me another cup of Kava. Hey, it is the best in the land. I'll put a quarter in that jukebox and play some Grateful Dead. So I ordered me some Kava. I thanked her and I called her back again. I said that Kava sure does suit me, 'cause I'm a Kava drinking man, and I get a free one for this. Pour me another cup Kava. It is the best in the land. I'll put a quarter in the jukebox and play that Grateful Dead. So I climbed aboard my old Harley. Like a flash I was gone. I'm heading up towards them old mountains, 'cause man, I sure got stoned. Ha, pour me another cup of Kava. It is the best in the land. And I'll put a quarter in the jukebox and play that Grateful Dead. Kava song. All right. Original, but can't help it. All right, so I didn't know anything about all this, and because I hadn't been around, I kind of missed it. Got distracted with what's happening. So I was doing some research on some supernatural stuff, and came upon ghosts. But that led me down that rabbit hole, and next thing I know, I'm looking at ghosted, and I'm wondering, what is ghosted? So upon some research at a Kava bar out in Hendersonville, I talked to this fellow who's a counselor, and I said, hey man, what is ghosting? And he said, you've been ghosting, haven't you? And I said, wait, whoa. So anyway, he confirmed what the book said, and the book said all this and that. So I haven't been ghosted, but I don't understand it at all. Anyway. I've been roasted. I'm getting toasted. My muse has left me. I've been ghosted. Gloating, I'm gloating, I'm gloating, I'm floating, my world's imploding, I am a ghost. I'm so high. She's gone. Goodbye. All right, I got just one more. This one was cool. I got it together, but I didn't, because it didn't have a chorus. Anyway. Like you, like you, like you, why? Want you, I want you in my bed. All you do is just run around town. Talk about me with your friends when I'm not around. Treat me like some old sad circus clown. Oh, no, 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 no. Want you so bad. Need you like I need a hole in the head. All you do is just put me down, running over that old deadbeat town, treating me like some old circus clown. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, come on, baby, don't be so cruel. Thank you. What does this mean?
All right, everybody keep it going for Sunman.
Thank you. Remember to tip those people that are serving the drinks.
All right, how's everybody doing out there? Keep in mind we keep do this each and every Wednesday night. Just keep it right. Awesome. And just keep in mind, if you sign up for a 5-minute spot, please stay within your time. 10-minute spots are a little bit later down the line. But we're going to keep this thing rolling right along. Tomorrow night we have comedy on Thursday. It's going to be a really great show hosted by Justin Blackburn, so that'll be super fun. It's okay. So we, oh, fuck. Yeah, that was on purpose. That was part of the show. This is, we're gonna do some like contact body stuff here too, so make sure you use the entire stage for your performance. It really helps. But yeah, try not to fall on the piano or the amp or anything. So up next on the mic, we have Abe Dalton of the Daltones. Everybody welcome Abe to the stage. Thank you.
Welcome, everyone. How's your evening? Whoa. That's great. I love it. Sorry, let me adjust. All right, that feels okay. My name's Abe Dalton. This song is called Misunderstanding. Misunderstanding. A misunderstanding. Easy to lose the meaning through a misunderstanding. Hard to admit to be wrong. Easier to lie to be strong. But I don't got a leg to stand on. A misunderstanding. Oh, wait. It's like you sing these lyrics and like, how do you remember them when you say them? How do we end up choosing a misunderstanding? What can I do to come clean? Or was it just never our thing? Shouldn't have left things undone for a little piece to move on. But I don't got a leg to stand on. Misunderstanding, a misunderstanding. Easy to lose the meaning through a misunderstanding. Hard to admit to be wrong. Easier to lie to be strong. But I don't got a leg to stand on. How do we end up choosing this misunderstanding? What can I do to come clean? Or was it just never our thing? Shouldn't have left it undone for a little piece to move on. But I don't have a leg to stand on. Everybody tried so hard to down. I think I'm talking to you. Everybody tried so hard to down. I think I'm talking to you. misunderstanding is a moment for healing. Just avoid wishful thinking. Take a step into feeling. Take a little break from self. Hope it don't last too long, but I don't have a leg to stand on.
Thank you very much. And if you don't mind going to Fleetwood sometimes, you can see our band play the Dull Tones on Friday this week. So, yeah, skip the Beekeeper show, yo.
Better keep it going for Abe Dalton. And make sure to catch that show, Fleetwood's, on Friday. What time is the show at? It's going to start at 8 p.m. And if for some reason you can't go to Fleetwood's, we do have another show here. But I think you should try and go to Fleetwood's first. It's going to be a really good show. I love the Dull Tones. They're super awesome. Oh, wait. I don't know if that microphone likes me. It's okay. We can be friends. All right. I'm going to keep this thing rolling on along. How's everybody doing? Do you feel creative spirit beaming outside of your pores? Is it coming through you? Yeah, that's what I like to hear. All right. Feel free to express yourself in any way that you would like, as long as it is respectful to others. We're going to have a really good show here. Up next on the mic, we have Ease Dog. He's got a show coming up this week on Saturday. Hurricane Ducat premiere release party. It's going to be really lit. Please come through for it. Everybody give it up for Ease Dog! Woo! Red Drake.
Even this, the moon garden of the sun, she like no other knows others, but none as clear and bright and pure as her. Right hand days ain't some peace as the man is born behind me. He smiles and I'll bow. I'll take anything that you've got. And the man is going away to get my tea and I light a candle because the candle is there, because the match is there, because like the
find it out in Asheville. Y'all take a trip. The studio, home of NBL rap video. Coming live from Asheville. No wait. What up, Asheville? The dog is loose and we're live at the Kava bar. How's everyone doing? Yeah. I'm not going to hold y'all a little longer, though, but I just want to let you know what's going on. You know, Saturday, I'll be having a release party right here for the new EP, Hurricane Season, by Hurricane Ducat, my alter ego. 10 artists and groups performing, and free pizza. So get there Saturday. But in the meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and start things off with a new track, and this one is called That Lick. But based off of time restraints, I'm going to go do 2 verses of it, so I hope you enjoy it. Ace Dog on the track. Asheville, finest. Yep. This one goes out to all my drinkers. The alcohol. Turn up. What up to the club? About to get lit. Hey, bartender, pour me to that lick. Shot at Hennessy. Shot at Patrol. Shot at Crown Royal. I'm so gone. On it, on it, on it, on that lit, on it, on it, on it, feeling lit, on it, on it, on it, on the dick. Stacking my bread, peanut butter and jelly, about to make it rain. It's a party confetti. It's a new year, time to celebrate. Money is great, drama free, life's great. Turn up, it's real. It's my birthday. 33rd state. $3 bill, $5 jelly shot, $6 Hennessy, $8 every drop. Lit in the club, like fireworks. She turn on the lit, on the way that you turn. Hey bartender, can I get a shot? Cool margarita, make it on the rocks. Take me a trip to the Long Island. 2, 3 drinks, about to start running. Call me Young Jock from the A-Town. Meet me at the spot, it's going down. Going to the club, about to get lit. Hey bartender, pour me some of the lit. Shut the Hennessy, shut the Patron, shut the ground with. I'm so gone. On the lick, been lit. On the lick. Let's go to the ABC. Shot the Patron, by the Hennessy. Take 6 shots, then we can. When you want to drink, I'm straight in. They smoke, I drink. Put it on my tab, money in the bank. On the pimp juice, don't make it one. Feeling all tipsy like Drake Car. Flow stone cold, throw me a beer. This is Spirit City, come over here. Shot down the body, not wet wine. Caviar should be young, she that fine. That Patron, feeling all frisky. Feeling country, Tennessee whiskey. It's a hydration, it's a G-Fame. Buy you a drink, call me T-Pain. Went into the club, about to get lit. Hey bartender, pour me some of the lit. Try the Hennessy, try the Patron, try the ground with. I'm so gone. On the lit. Feeling lit. On the lit. Oh yeah, that was the new song, That Lick. Yeah, the beat made by me. Oh yeah, but right now we're about to go on to the next song, the final song, and this one is a prime example of the Hurricane the Cat off the Ego. Yes, I'm going to hit you with the song Blizzard 93. Produced by Flip Note. Flip Note on the beat. Hurricane the Cat. HDK. 93. 93. I'm smoking like the gasoline. 93. 93. 93. Vision 93. Ice cold dream fighter, I'm an outcast. Got my bar to the prison, Alcatraz. I didn't get a crocodile, my blood is cold. And the film making one, it's a Super Bowl. It's a halftime shot, Hurricane the stage. I'm gonna make more shots like a drug game. Like a bitch, but fuck your her real good. I make a dog boy, boys in the hood. Hear my name, I said Mount Carney Candyman. Getting money, then blowing like a ceiling fan. My neck so I just like Gucci Mane. Off the chain like any gold Biggie Jet. I'm like a Birdman. That's the B, that's the regulate. Word G, go harder than a Brit from Colombia. Jury game on ice in Antarctica. Gotta get Benadryl, y'all allergies. My flow so ice cold, Blizzard 93. Y'all won't know beef, eat a salary. I didn't make it snow like Blizzard 93. 93. 93. I'm smoking like the gasoline. 93. 93. 93. Blizzard 93. On the first step to shit, Thunder J truck. All your haters go to sleep like a CM Punk. Chevy it's here with my gold tech. Getting driven more than the major cycle. For the shit, going in Blizzard. I'm a bitch, I hate it all, about to drill my ledger. Let's spin it, down to the top. Bang aim like a lane, like a loaded clock. As a youngster, in 93. Steady grinding for a ticket and Chuck E. Cheese. No bill. Shit on the fools, I'm the pimp shit. Y'all see cartoons. Freeze, motherfucker, I'm Sub-Zero. They keep it 100, I'ma keep it killer. Ice on my neck, ice on my wrist. Time to roll out, this shit is ludicrous. Gotta get Benadryl, y'all allergy. My flow so ice cold, Blizzard 93. Y'all won't no beef, eat a salary. I just make it snow like Blizzard 93.
What?
93.
Come on.
93.
Yep.
I be smoking like the gasoline 93.
93.
93.
93.
93.
What?
Blizzard 93. Yep. Oh yeah, that was the song Blizzard 93, Hurricane the Cat, produced by Flipnote. But yeah, this is what you're gonna be getting for the release party Saturday. Yeah, check out my new songs on SoundCloud, East Doggy Dog, on top of East Dog, EAZEDOGG, and follow me on Instagram, East Doggy Dog. I got some wonderful content on there, IG, and y'all check out my music video for Blizzard 93 on my YouTube under East Dog. And when in doubt, Google Ease Dog. Make sure you pull up this Saturday, March 28th, for the release party of Hurricane the Cat Hurricane Season.
Everybody keep it going for Ease Dog Hurricane to Cat. And make sure you come check out that show Saturday evening. It's going to be a really rocking time. We're going to get down. Hello, I am your temporary awesome host, Trash Chameleon, for you who are just joining us. And we are here at Sovereign Kava Open Mic. How's everybody? Make sure you're grabbing a drink. We have fabulous Kava drinks. We have some very good sparkling beverages as well, and some other things that are really wonderful. And tip your bartenders. They work hard for the money, so you better treat them right. Up next on the mic, we have Caden and, oh wait, no, sorry, that's one away. We have Christian on the mic. Is Christian in the house? Everybody welcome Christian to the stage!
Thanks. It's actually Kristen, and I just moved to Asheville a week ago, so this is really fun. Once upon a time, I used to use my words and my voice to manipulate and control other people in an attempt to gain love. When I realized this, I stopped using my words altogether, and I spent the last few years working on how to relearn how to love myself so I could stop outsourcing that to other people. This tonight is my first time reusing my voice to show my little baby inner child that I'm actually listening. This is called a Tinder Swindler. Who are you? This golden shadow that popped up on my Tinder as I was swiping away the boredom of all the others who can't carry on a conversation about the moon and don't strike my curiosity like a cat and all the things cats are curious about. Who are you, your impossibly full hair and smile for miles, an accent that makes me want to grab a 40 and light a fire on the beach at midnight because that's just what we do for fun. The way you spark my nervous system to fire the tingles into my stomach, my brain, mi coño. But not the same spark that had me lighting my deck on fire and burning my tears away with the tips of marshmallow sticks I used to stoke the glowing piles of ash in the pit built for me by an ex who begged me to take her name, but pretended I didn't exist when we went to a Hanukkah party. Is this a new kind of spark? Like a strawberry moon on a night I'm sipping tequila on my back porch? Or the fireflies that make magic in the wet, heavy air of my summer dreams? I started writing in pencil a year ago because I was burnt out from burning all the pages of typos and unrealized, untethered, unhealed hopes of a life I had been so desperately creating since I was 9, and I learned what a stripper was from a Thursday night CBS show about angels. Now my pens have other functions, like making the same grocery list every week, holding my hair back in board meetings, and being chewed on by my dog when I'm in the shower. I try to keep the pens up these days. I like to think the erasers on the ends of my ideas allow me to change what I prescribed for tonight's spaghetti dinner and my color-coded dates next week and what constitutes a good life. My heart learned what to be afraid of, the different shades of crimson flags I would steal from the neighbors' yards every time I felt a pen in my pocket. My GI tract learned who to stay away from after a night of margaritas around a fire that semester. I edited everyone else's dreams on paper and never mustered the courage to dig deeper to find my own words, to submit to the edits of someone else whose body was learning the kind of love that keeps you in the bathroom for 6 months, but whose brain and pen never caught up. My address learned how to move away when I couldn't drive down the street without looking for the same car with the same color as the flags I collected for a future graveyard I ached to build but never found the right tools for learning how to differentiate between love and anxiety. After 2 decades of chasing pain disguised as plans and project managing my way through spreadsheets of the calculations I came up with in the middle of the nights, I couldn't sleep because my heart was sinking under the weight of the crimson streamers, scotch taped to the doorways, and my GI tract was churning all of my unwritten letters of grievances into sludge, and my addresses were looking at new states. After climbing the countless mounds of earth created by my digging for tools, for healing, for better ways of understanding my own needs, for new notebooks and ideas, I am quiet here in the dark, and I feel your golden shadow, and it lights up the corner of my eye, and I allow it to stay, without reaching for it and without pushing it away. The tiny ember of curiosity floats around my living room as it lights these words and gives me just enough grace to not erase these last 4 pages. Oh, I still have time? Okay, I have one more, it's shorter. Okay, I wrote this when I was traveling through the jungles of Costa Rica. It's called Confetti. Also, I love math. What is the equation of confetti? It has to float and fly and flutter, but it also has to fall, usually in the hard-to-reach spaces and the cracks the broom misses, and in the carpet of the beach rental. It should be multicolored and multifaceted and glitter in the sunlight and glow in the dark and gleam sunbeams in wintry windows. How does the confetti fly in a snow globe? A little shake, a little nudge, a little whistle while you work. And it all floats around our heads like shimmery, powdery snow. What is the equation of confetti? You throw fistfuls in the air just to see where they land. As you peel off your layers to find the nakedness beneath, I stand in your moonlight. The pieces fall, the little rectangles and triangles and squares and parallelograms. They touch the soft curves of my shoulders. You reach deep in the recesses of the pockets of your dress you bought to wear on that special occasion that never happened. You find more mountains of confetti that you've been saving for such a time as this, the time you get to lie in the grass, covered in snow and flower pollen. My own gravity is pulling on your little flying saucers. I'm messing up the formula. The wind is blowing and your fistfuls of confetti are swirling and twirling and making you dizzy. If you squared plus 10,000 pieces of cut up tissue paper times the element that stirred the pot equals the recipe for healing your tired soul, then adding me plus you to the equation equals 2 times the delay. As you lie in the cold ground, I'm only blocking your light. I would rather be picking confetti out of my hair for a lifetime than be the factor that holds you down from flying free, up, 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 out of this globe. Thank you.
Everybody keep it going for Kristen. Yes, we welcome all forms of creative expression here at Sovereign Kava. So please feel free to let your creative wings just join spiritually. Yeah. All right. Keeping things going here at the open mic. Keep in mind, we do this every Wednesday, 8:30. And we have a lot of other events going on all the time, one of which being Friday, the Tony Black and Kevin Smith duo. They're going to be really awesome, so please come check that out after you check out the Daltons, of course, at Fleetwood's. So that's going to be a really good double whammy of a show. Yeah, up next on the mic, we have Caden and Derek Taylor duo. So please welcome these wonderful musicians up to the stage. Thank you.
Hello, thank you for coming to the open mic and giving us your time and energy tonight. All right, you gotta get your stool up on the stage too. All right, so we've been working on a few songs, and this is my son's first time out live doing an open mic. So we'll make it quick. We got 5 minutes, right? All right, let's get it. The ones you love the most have caused the most damage, more than anyone else. You out your heart in deep into the imaginary of life, put into something that works. Eventually tears fall apart. What is any of it worth? Behind the innocence, hope, and stupidity, everything born dies, and audit it after this it tries. I'm bending to giving up. It's a little bit of something, but never enough. And I must be sure to think twice as I'm treading lightly across thin ice. If not, these emotions will get the best of me. Will this too pass, or is it destiny? Mic up, mic up, mic up. All right. It's been a long time, and I'm doing just fine, living this life of crime. It's all predetermined by design, and now I'm looking for something to hide behind, but there's always something there to remind me of what I've lost, and I try to find, always in a pinch and a bind, one of a kind. Under pressure and suspense, I keep getting cut, trying to straddle the fence, chain link, barbed wire, but I never tire. It's self-sabotage in the fire, desire. Do you admire my ambition? It was just the other day, it was some kind of other way. It was just the other day, and it was some kind of other way. And it was just the other day, and it was some kind of other way. Just the other day. Will you come play in the sand pit with me? Swing on this old swing. Maybe bring your bucket and shovel. We could say fuck it and play with the devil. I don't know which other way to go. Please, someone, show and tell, because we might as well have been living in this hell all along. And sometimes it seems too long, and sometimes I'm all alone, and there's nothing else to be. All happens eventually, things are predetermined, and I'm right back falling on what I've learned. It's been a long time, and I'm doing just fine, living this life of crime. Thank you, thank you.
Everybody keep it going for the Caden and Derek Taylor duo!
All right, we got one more. This is my Irish jig of sorts. So he's learning the guitar, and I freestyle this shit. We come up with this. So. Maybe it's a homecoming, a long awaited around these here now. Eventually everything will catch up with you one day, you don't even know how. We got there, but once was true, maybe with you, babe. I don't know what is today. It's easy for you to say because you can't just fucking walk away. But I'm stuck in this concrete, looking at my knees and smelling my feet. Yes, I'm stuck in this concrete, looking at my knees and smelling my feet. It's a job, wasted time, wasted minds. We've been through the gutter and no one knows glitter like this. We've been through the gutter and no one knows glitter like this. That's why I wake up every day and I try to kiss the cloud as it passes by. And I hike to a mountaintop so I hope I could see there's someone like Jah looking down on me. It's plastic, paper, towels, tired owls living in light that lasts too long. We've had our hearts broken, that's why we write these here songs. but I'm stuck in this concrete, looking at my knees and smelling my feet. Been through the gutter and no one knows glitter like this. Yes, we've been through the gutter and no one knows glitter like this. Thank you.
All right, everybody keep it going for Kaden and Derek Taylor duo. And please be respectful of the performers and make sure if you have a 5-minute slot that you're staying within your time. We are soon going to be entering the 10-minute slots, but we are still in the 5s. I want to welcome a very awesome, talented poet, if I am not mistaken. Do we have Ben? Ben? He's smoking a cigarette. No, he's right there. Everybody welcome Ben. He's taking his long walk up to the stage. And don't forget to tip your bartenders. Buy the Kava. Get rooted. Feel your feelings. It's good. Write a poem. Thank you. Give it up for Ben. Woo!
Bury your feelings. Bury them. This one's called Fuck Cops. Fuck cops and fuck parents that let their kids pretend. I'm somewhat of a peaceful man who now thinks I need to carry a gun. I think too much. Even if I waited forever, I wouldn't stop thinking, pretending how you could make me better. What can I do when there's a me without you? We live on the ground, so gravity doesn't apply. I hate that God shared a secret about me. They had a box of street reflectors full to the top. They placed them carefully in a middle-fingered peace sign on my forehead. I'm nothing more than a box of unwanted souvenirs. I'll lose my mind in the sentence of this body, lips burnt from words left unsaid. Maybe I'm the one who hurts me. Shout out, Timmy, this is for you. Do you ever feel empty, like you're housing a malevolent passenger in your body, like you have no will or identity of your own? I'm just a husk of a man. I wish I could think about anything other than the cold feeling. Your worst sin was that you procrastinated making the schedule for nothing. I'd tickle a fish if the wet chime of his laughter could heal us. I asked all the important questions, but not, where'd you go? Please let me know. I'm dying. I need you to stay. I realize I can't have everything. You and me grieve discontinued Taco Bell menu items harder than some of life's tribulations. I told you I started meditating. You told me you do breath work while vaping. We can adore the things we know nothing about. We can unconditionally love the things we do. I successfully replaced all my emotions with jokes. I stare at myself eye to eye. I'm blasting your music, trying to feel anything. Some dumb quote comes to mind. The soul always knows what to do to heal itself. The challenge is to silence the mind. My heart releases. This one's called It's About the. They injected me with something called mental illness when I was a baby. They didn't like that I radiated moonlight and had stars in my eyes. They were jealous of me. Look at me now. I'm all of this. And when I'm happy, I'm so much more. I throw up pennies in the red oil that drives me. All over the walls and floor. I get sad not seeing out the windows anymore. As the snow screams with every step, the ice just gives up. I go on. There's an inner blooming happening. I just sit back and watch it unfold in the graveyard of my dreams. I lay a flower once a week. All I want is to finally be honest and comfortable with myself. I feel the weight of the world on my shoulders. I lost my innocence when someone else held my heart in their hands. Place a safe bet, I push my heart out again on the table. I'm just trying to meet me in the end. I'm too proud to rise from hell, not until my heart beats free. I'd be as wise as the lamb instead of as stubborn as a mule. New ideas often emerge in negotiating the charged space between what is known and what is inherited. I go on. Ski mask on my heart, sometimes you gotta cheat. The flames fill my lungs, boil and burn up all my blood. Have you ever had your blood try to kill you? I don't like the person I become when I have to enter my information in with the TV remote. Spitting off the edge of the world, I've never had a chance. The pink smoke rises from my eye sockets, and no one's coming to help. I took a little detour just to miss all the signs. I grew up to be a man, more or less. It happened in good time. Let's see. Is it this one? Yeah, we'll do this. This is called I Look. I look like a normal person. When I see the moon, I base my mood on what I'm told. Hearsay, half-remembered truths spoken by electric angels. Priests say I'm fine. My mom would say I need divine intervention. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm going with love. I've subjected my beautiful self to all the wonderful horrors. They hate me for my redundancies, my tendency to say the same thing in slightly different ways, my repetition of phrases, and for my redundancies. Is everyone eating the mold off the walls they've created for themselves? My head is full in moldy, fuzzy boxes. The books are covered in slick fur balls. The boxes turn to dust. I shrug, tell myself, well, I have to be brave. Should I do one more? I can, okay. Okay, I can do that. This is called While Roses Scream. While roses scream, dahlias keep their secrets most nights. The toenail behind the clouds gives my eyes something to chew on while I'm spit out. The flame's outstretched fingers sickly stretches to my cigarette and dies like us all in the wind. I scratch my face and it turns to sand. I'm just filled with lewd petroleum and joints filled with crass lubricants. My sump pump heart is clogged with maggots and spider webs. The only guilt I have outside of myself is that I cut a rabbit in half on accident with a lawnmower one time. The crows are laughing, flying over me. Is it because I'm smoking in more ways than one and they can see it? Or is it some joke I can't understand in their condescending words? They have so much more to laugh in this world than to laugh at me. I want to be carried off in the chariot of laughter, but all I have are these simple words. My brain is a cross-eyed cocker spaniel who walks backwards and spits nickels. Pigeon thoughts starve in the overgrown ruins of my mind unless I write it down. There are voids into which we can't dream in this life, but we try with our might to touch them. Cricket words scurry out as our rock souls get overturned. If you breathe too deep, it starts to burn. With regret, find a way to exhale. Would something suck the leeches and poison from my body? God puts me down on a tall pedestal like a trophy I never asked for. From a dumpster fire, I will turn into a beautiful glowing ball bearing my soul. With every trashed word I say, all I have left is to keep these simple words in ripped bags and try to rearrange them correctly. Thank you. Tip your bartender.
Everybody keep it going for Ben. And I know Hemingway didn't say much, but everyone keep it going for Hemingway too. Special guest. That was like my favorite thing is when you come up here to do poetry, how Hemingway just like literally is like, yeah, we're doing this. We're doing this. Yeah. All right. How's everybody doing? What's up, Nathan? I see you back there. You want to sign up? We do have some spots. If anybody wants to sign up, we have a few more spots, and we welcome all forms of creativity, including ambient noise. So don't worry. We can do it all, as long as you're respectful. Watch the show, because that does help with your creative prowess as an artist. So, yeah. Up next on the mic, we have Justin Blackburn hosting the comedy show tomorrow night. Everybody keep it going for Justin Blackburn. And come check that out. It's going to be a great show.
How's everybody doing? Comedy show tomorrow. I'm going through an existential comedy crisis. It's pretty funny, you're right. Yeah. You know, on one hand, I don't want to be mean to people. That's what a lot of comedy is, right? It's pretty easy, comedy. Just kind of mean to people. On the other hand, I don't want to be a cheesy Christian loser, too, at the same time, right? You got to watch that line. It's a tough line to walk. You know? Also, there's a lot of things in life that, you know, we make fun of. It's kind of like sucks for making fun of it, you know? Like a lot of people put down like weird Asheville people. I can make fun of them, the spiritual people, you know, maybe you, right? But I like those people. I don't want to make fun of them. I like the counterculture. I like going to the coffee shop and then asking, how many chakras do you want in your coffee? I'm down for that. I don't want to put that person down. I don't want to make that person second guess doing that. You know? Also, a lot of what's funny is like a man screaming and yelling and acting crazy. That's not funny. That's scary. Men are terrifying. It's not a funny thing to do. I've done that on stage. It's not funny. I just don't know what to make fun of. Yeah, I've done that before. I don't like doing that either. Because then if I make fun of myself, I walk around thinking I suck. A lot of comedians have very low self-esteem if you meet these people. And they can't have high self-esteem. Because then they do, it cuts them down. Like, you're no longer going to be funny. You need to hate yourself. He's like, okay, yeah, sure, right. Self. A lot of comedians, especially, you know, the ones that you meet, they're shitty people. Because they have to be shitty. One time I was doing this comedian show with this guy that was like a touring comic. He was the headliner, I was the opener. And I had this book about chakras, it was a Doreen Virtue. Y'all know Doreen Virtue? She actually ended up renouncing everything that she said, which sucks. Now she's like a crazy Christian, but she was cool at one point in time. And she did these angel books where she felt like angels were all over, and she would talk about all the angels and the angels healing us, and they were amazing. They made me feel really good. She had an Angel Heals Chakra book, and this isn't as good of a story as but whatever. So there's not a good ending here that much. But anyway, there was this comedian who his whole thing was just going on stage and being angry. And then before the show, I was like, hey, you want to do a chakra meditation with me? He's like, hell no, man. If I lose my anger, I'm not going to be funny. It's a shitty thing to have to go around feeling. You know, you can't be cool. You can't relax because you're not going to be funny. A lot of comedians die that way. A lot of people die in the character that they think they have to be. You know? Like, identity's kind of crazy to have. You walk around, you think you're this person. That person's going to kill you probably. Right? Your identity's going to kill you. So then if you really, what would that word be? Lock in, this is who I am. Then you're really fucked. You know, I'm this kind of person. I'm this kind of comedian. I make this kind of joke. I'm fucking dead. Why would I do that to myself? You got to have a fluid identity. You got to be free. So, yeah. It's going to be a comedy show tomorrow. Worth Osborne, I think people like him. He's a young guy in town. Anybody know Worth? He seems to have like a lot of fervor for life. He's like, oh, I'm a comedian. He's like happy about it. He's going to be on the show tomorrow. He's good. J.R. Johnston. To be honest, not really the biggest fan of this guy. Huh? I don't think he's going to be watching this, but I'll just leave that. Basically, he's always like really mean to me. And last week, he was like, he wasn't in line. I got a minute, I think. So we were signing up for a show at the third room or whatever, and people get there really early to sign up for the show. But he got there late. So I was signing up because it was like kind of like this. You wait and you pass it around. I passed it to Worth because Worth was there behind me. So I thought I was like doing a good thing. And then I was like, here, Worth. And then he was like, who do you think you are? You can just fucking give it to anybody you want? And he was like being a dick to me. So I do, sometimes when people are dicks to me, I go into, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I can't believe I did that. I'm really sorry, man. Are you okay? Here, you can take my spot. And I'm kind of doing a bit, but he didn't think I was doing a bit. I was like, oh, you take my spot, man. Here, I'm sorry. That was so bad. And then he came up later and he was like, hey, man, I'm sorry. I was being an asshole to you, man. And I'm sorry. You still doing that show, man? I'd like to do it, man. And I was like, okay, you can do it. But yeah, I don't think he's that funny. But Foster is a comedian from Charlotte. And do you guys know who Adam Ray is? Do you guys know Kill Tony? There's these shows that people really like now. It's called Kill Tony, where this guy goes and he just makes fun of everybody. And this guy opened for the guy from Kill Tony. Yeah, he also did the Dr. Phil show, Adam Ray. This guy opened for Adam Ray. So he's going to be really funny. So sometimes I pass out flyers. I don't know how I have them. I don't know how well that goes. But maybe, would anybody like a flyer and possibly come to the show tomorrow? All right, 1, 2. Okay. I was really hoping you were going to say it. No, I don't want to now. I was hoping for you. You didn't do anything wrong. I was just hoping because I thought we had it. But you're just a very nice person, and you were just being kind to me, and I appreciate that. But yeah, we got a great show tomorrow at the Sovereign Kava Bar. We're going to have a lot of people here. I'm going to give a couple flyers out. Thank you all so much. Sovereign Kava Bar rules, and I was just doing my funny bit, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Everybody keep it going for Justin Blackburn and come check out that show. It's going to be real funny. What does that start, at 8? 8 o'clock tomorrow. Come get your giggles in. It's going to be so fun. I'll be here as in a different role. I will work the bar instead. Not like I ever do that. But while you're here tonight, make sure you grab some drinks. There's some fabulous stuff over there. We have the amazing Savvy, and we have the awesome Sin working the bar, and they're working super, super, super hard. Also, give it up for the sound staff, Ari and Morgan, Eleanor. They're doing a really, really great job. He's doing video over here. It's super awesome. So we're going to keep this thing rolling along so we can get all of the creative entertainment into the evening. Up next on the mic, we have the one, the only, King Artisan. You're going to get hyped. Give it up for Artisan. Woo!
Thanks, Fox. Trash Chameleon. How's it going, Kava Bar sippers and kratom drinkers? My name's King Artisan. I'm part of Gang Beef Entertainment. We're doing an open mic April 2nd at Ben's Tune-Up if you're interested. And I just want to show you a little things that's
right here, where we celebrate all forms of creativity. Up next on the mic, we have, we're starting with the 10-minute spots starting up soon. If you do want to put your name on the list, please do so. There's still a couple of spots. Up next, we have Russ Preston. Is Russ Preston in the house? Everybody give it up for Russ Preston!
Oh, okay, here we go. Grace of God, still alive. This song was written Moses makes his way down an old familiar path, 2nd Avenue up to 59th Street. It's a cold and a rainy day, but he's found a blanket in the trash to keep him warm where he stops to work his beat, where he begs the cost of whiskey and a pack of cigarettes. These are the staples at the table that he sets. Beneath the iron and the concrete that keep him dry, as swaddled in his blanket, he watches the world passing him by, as it's passing him by. Now once again I make my way down an old familiar path, 2nd Avenue up to 59th Street. It's the beginning of a long, hard day. I'm late for work and I have to dash past Moses, who's busy trying to make ends meet. After breakfast at the diner and the cost of cigarettes, I throw Moses all the change I have left. And it rattles in his cup that calls the coins that hide in the corners of the pockets of a world passing him by. It's passing him by. You know, I shared a pint with Moses once when I had nowhere to be. He started talking about a woman and the child he never sees, and how there ain't nobody hiring when you're black and you're 53. And a stretch he did upstate one time for some petty thievery. I don't know, I don't care what it takes to break a man. As I left, I put a few dollars in his hand. In a Lower East Side two-room flat, I don't live such a bad life. I got a job in a garage up on 63rd Street. No, I'm not hungry, I'm not fat. I got a girlfriend and an ex-wife who lets me see the kid just about any day of the week. But every time I pass by Moses, I see reflected in his eyes a bitter truth I find so hard to deny. But for these few fair shakes and this job that shaped my destiny, there's a wall, paper thin in between Moses and me. Moses and me. Moses and me. Moses and me. Thank you. Now, I think I'm going to have to tune this up a little bit here. So, I hope that works. Close enough. Close enough for folk. Well, I'm 1,000 miles from home in an empty bed in an empty room. The preacher on the radio preaching the end is coming soon. But I gotta hear somebody can testify like Howlin' Wolf could do. 'Cause there's a hunger in my soul and it's calling me back home to the blues. Oh, well, I listened to my heart, but my heart told me a lie. That woman took me for all I had, left me here to cry. I played a fool too many times, I got to get back to something true. I'm gonna get me some religion, I'm going back home to the blues. Well, from the garden to the glitter of an uptown cabaret, she took me down to my last hour on the Great White Way. I want to thank you, girl, for this opportunity to pay my dues. Now you can send in the clowns, 'cause I'm going back home to the blues. Into the Pennsylvania station to get out of the rain. By the time the sun was coming out, I was waiting for a train. I had the clothes on my back, one last thing left to lose. I got this ticket to Chicago, taking me back home to the blues. I'll bend you a blue note, mama, I'll make your harmonica moan. I got some brand new licks you can boogie on all night long. You're a mean mistreating mama, you're the kind of love I can't refuse. I got my mojo working, I'm coming back home to the blues. Oh yeah, here I come, baby. Thank you. That's it for me. Going back home to the blues right now.
Everybody keep it going for Russ Preston! Hell yeah! All right. Keep in mind we do this each and every Wednesday night. We also have really, really awesome music here every single week, including the Open Jam, which is every Tuesday at 8. And this week we have Tony Black and Kevin Smith on Friday. So please come check that show out. Of course, after you grab a ticket to the Daltones show at Fleetwood's. Yeah, double whammy show. It'll be a good night. We're going to take a minute here, and I'm going to welcome Aaron Price up to the stage. Everybody welcome Aaron Price. I'm going to read some poems while he plays a little bit of very amazing piano. I'm losing the words. I want you guys to know that I'm really just a solar-powered robot. So I like to come up here on the stage because it gives me power. Yeah. perspective visible now. Rerunning the "if it's a joke, then it is true" ceremony. Are we allowed to have ceremonies post-haste? And how often? We have not asked this question before so directly, honestly. It has been more peering, side-eye repositories. How is fear of vulnerability still apt? Instant answer: the map of mistakes, which, if not fully processed, a history of misunderstanding, could be perceived as a haunting, or rather apparition in some senses. Intentional poetry is so much work, but so good for the forecast and health and brain reimaging. Still haven't gotten the paper. So tonight I tested, and he knows what he thinks he knows. Alas, rotten, soldered. Flakes glasp and turn my bridge back beyond. I took the message, and now I'm dancing in salt zeniths at highest ire. Can't rope these tourniquets in for too long. The wind will breathe. I smoke in stature, rewiring my repetition and aperture. Oh, clay! There have been a few pieces, 1,000 pieces of yonic imagery that have moved a species through a time-powerful trudge. Can I ask you one question? How do you take your baths? Is it late? So late that the dawn is crawling in through the window? Do you spread salt like fire are fervent? Or just lay in the lake past noon and let the sand wash up opaque? Sometimes we waterfall and brood over teacups to spill night leaves. Sometimes we just have so much water within that the heat just melts it out and it rushes to dusk. Okay, thank you for the quarry. I call this one Night Bath. I'm digging it. Everybody give it up for the organ! But for real, give it up for Aaron Price so far. My heart is tangled up in sutures. Bricks from the 10,000-year wrung and raw, frustrated with the eye-peeling evidence, coping mechanisms, rude. I'm a boat, a boat, a boat, misplaced, a boat. F in the chat. And the gardener's daughter is not a fool. Unabridged, rusty, sour color, praying and wishing the same. 5 phrases a day, but to breathe. Please breathe. Please breathe when the stomach kicks in its sides. I know it's not easy. I just scratch and write and scratch some more. How do you? Yes, I am asking a question. How do you, with linear hints, melt the moment into stamp oblongata? Like this. Now you know. Rigid attunement. The many anchors of a lost man bend to bend to bend. One eye open. The other eye open. Keep in tunas the weeded neck. Fear lives in the boat like a whale waking. She's not to be on the boat, but she lies. Fuck. card from which angle? And I get glimpses of this piece. I see it and snag every tidbit, but cautiously and haphazardly. The relief is the most addicting anthem of any break. You can get lost in anything. Hips will not be quiet. Hips will not avail. Hips will not be mocked in the nature of the shell of snail. Hips and limbs will rather fruit mentality, making some liminal stretch to the marker making them. Sometimes it shoots fast in heart center, bleak territory, rooms I don't even have names for. But I forget, and worry and feel upset about worry, and revive my time, revitalize my nature. It's knocking at the door. Does it hit the beat or slip down? Tune interim? Ripe, but a season for critics. I will take the help. Thanks. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Everybody give it up for Aaron Price! That was not planned. It was just what we do here at Sovereign Kava. He can do anything with a piano and a poet. Everybody!
And you can do words. Lots of them in unique orders.
Sometimes. Today I can.
Totally unique layouts. Paragraphs, maybe. Sentences, eh.
But can I take a compliment? No. All right.
Give it up for Fox. Your host tonight.
It's Trash Chameleon, but yeah. I don't know who Fox is. I'm Trash Chameleon. No, I have multiple names. It's fine. But, all right, let's keep this thing rolling right along. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for all the talented artists that have come through the building and said words or sang songs or played instruments. I think it is a very fabulous and difficult thing to do sometimes. So thank you so much. Also, this Saturday, make sure you come to the Hurricane 2 Cop premiere release party because it's going to be fucking lit! Oh, yeah. We're here. We're live. Sovereign Kava. Okay, up next on the mic, we have Strider. Please give a warm welcome to Strider.
Just for the stream purposes, anything copyrighted? Sweet.
Test. What's up, everybody? Sovereign Kava Bar open mic night. Let's go. I decided for this open mic, I'm gonna do 3 parts. First is gonna be a song. I'm gonna incorporate some flow arts with the fans and have some lighting shot with the disco hat. And I'm gonna do 1 poem that I wrote while I was here witnessing us all performing, and then finish with a handpan. So here we go. Cheers, everybody.
I know I'm with.
Thank you, thank you. So, I consider myself an Ashevillean, but I haven't really had a home here. It's just always been on the road, on the wheels. And every time I found myself with time, instead of just going on the wheels and going out, I always found myself coming back here. And it was always something to do with the music. It was always something to do with the art that I'd continuously see move throughout this space. And also everyone that's here, you know, the real magic isn't just the mountains. It's more than that. It's the mountains plus us. And it can't be complete without that. So I've found that, like, in time, I had three passions. One was to do the music, to do the oh yeah, to do fire spinning, and to just bring this creative outlet that would inspire others to get a taste of what I've got bring to the table. So I find that now where I sit in life after time has passed, being a nomad and having that Asheville vibe that lasts, I find that cultivating the three into one, now making music that I can fire spin to make the night begun. Yeah, it's a vibe. Ooh, yeah. Fire's desire. I was literally outside. I decided to have one of the amazing joints that's provided here at the Kava bar. And I'm listening to the song that's playing out there, and it's one of our mainstream songs. The rest is still unwritten. And that's the title of this poem, how it starts. The rest is still unwritten. To have an opportunity to re-embrace breath, live in abundance, not what's left. Instead, new books are ready to explore, find more, stride upon new doors. The spirit is free as flame can be. Stories source to store restoring you. To be true is to lose now what doesn't serve anymore. Being true is scary, yet worth the step. Rest easy. Welcome the universe fairies healing. New books await your reach. The rest is still unwritten. And now for the last bit, I'm going to do a hand-pan drum.
Remember who you are.
Everybody keep it going for Strider! Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Do you guys like, it's like you know the eternal hell yeah echo or something. Where did you learn this? Because it doesn't seem like it was me. How's everybody doing out there? Sorry, this thing is alive. Just like me and you and you and you, we're living. We're here to live and create art and share with each other. And that's what we're doing here tonight, is expressing ourselves. We welcome all forms of creativity. And we have some seasoned artists coming here this week. Tony Black and Kevin Smith on Friday. Please catch that show after the Daltone show at Fleetwood's. And then also we have Hurricane Ducat on Saturday night. Make sure while you're here tonight, though, get a drink, tip your bartenders. They work hard for the money. So you better treat them right. All right, I'm your temporary awesome host, Trash Chameleon. We're going to keep rolling through this thing. Next up on the mic, we have Lee Whipple. Everybody welcome Lee Whipple to the stage. Thank you. Also, come check out the comedy show tomorrow, on Thursday at 8 p.m. That was it was a joke. Justin Blackburn will be hosting it, so it would be really fabulous. Thank you. Now, welcome Lee Whipple to the stage. Woo!
Thank you. So that comedian was talking about chakras, and all I could think of was chakra monkey. Chakra monkey. It's kind of stupid, I guess. Okay, this song is called Frozen. I'm sorry, I've been playing a lot of chess, and so this is Frozen. trick. How you stop the time to a single tick. And playing does give you chances, but you'll never find out just what romance is. Slow it down by a downshift. Now you're looking at a horse that is a gift. So make your move, sit and suffer, thinking that there's always gonna be another lover. Do you think you see is what you'll get? I have not made that connection yet. I try to pick up pieces every time I see that time is frozen. Now here's another face off. From that pivot, because straight ahead is life and you should live it. You think you see's what you'll get. I have not made that connection yet. I try to pick up pieces every time I see that time is frozen. You think you see's what you'll get. I have not made that connection yet. I try to pick up pieces every time I see that time is frozen. Thank you. I wanted to do a poem. A lot of people are doing good poetry, so this is kind of like a semi-meaningless poem, but it's kind of fun. So. Does anybody have a cell phone? No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. All right. Vanna White, Rabbit Punching Judy Garland of the Free, Mad Hatter once or twice as Baby Dolly, pardon me, Buttonhole, Milk It, Drywall Ads, a March on Washington, amino acid trip and fall downtown, square off the cuff and on. I'll play a song that I've played kind of a few times here, but I've never really played it by myself, and it helps. So. It's my life. You can't tell me what to do with it. It's my I'm gonna hold on to it. Thank you. Thanks. All right. Yeah, all right. A little bit of time left. Let's see. I'll try to play, let's see. It is now the time has come. Yeah, we all know it's not working anymore. Can we pay the debt we owe? Does it even matter? Ooh, do you believe? 'Cause these things, do they understand that it's not a game for us? Our lives are just a final bout with no way out. Do they like us spiraling downwards? I see that they do. I see what you do. I said I see that you do. I see what you do. They didn't reckon on our answer. So what's the answer? To own my own place someday, but renting seems to be the answer. Living hard and not believing we will make it. Or is it out of reach? I said, who do you believe? 'Cause these things, they understand that it's not alive enough. That's just a final bout with no way out. Do they like us spiraling downwards? I see that they do. I said I see what you do. I see that they do. I see what you do. They didn't reckon on our answer. Thank you very much. It's great staying out so late, man. I have trouble doing it, but thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Everybody keep it going for Lee Whipple. That's a good synchronized clap. Can you guys keep doing that? What if we could get everybody in the building to clap for once? But there's not that many people in here. Let's do it. Yeah! Hell yeah. We're here each and every Wednesday night for your creative exploration and connection. I'm Trash Chameleon, your temporary awesome host, and I'm here to guide you through the moment. Let's all take a moment to be present and think, wow, I'm really here right now, and that's such a beautiful thing. Yeah, that's right, Sin. Kava. It's good. All right. Up next on the mic, we have Priscilla. Is Priscilla here? Don't forget to tip your bartenders. Everybody give it up for Priscilla!
Do I know you? Oh, we do know each other. You came through. Thank you. When you're up here, you can't see anything but lights. I have a little bit of poetry I'd like to share. One that just came through recently. And another little long one from the upcoming poetry book. We're hoping to get it officially published this spring. So this first one is just me airing out my grievances. I don't have a title for it yet, but just feel this with me for a second, would you? So 3 weeks before he got married, he asked me to go lay naked in a forest with him. 9 months after he said, I do, he reached out and told me, I always thought it would be you. 2 years into that, he called me to tell me he fucked up. He said, hey, I'm watching vultures in a sunset and I thought of you. Then confessed he feels me when he kisses her. Some part of me already knew that, but it would be dishonest to say that that part of me didn't feel redeemed to hear him say it. I said, you're good with your tongue, but you're no Aristotle. I'll be damned if I chase a man down the neck of a bottle. You keep changing your mind, wondering why I lose mine. And I don't know if it's that you can't, or if it's that you won't. But I'm damned if I do, and I'm damned if I don't. I know I'm gonna hate this, but I have to let you go. I've outgrown translating my soul for someone committed to misunderstanding me. I've outgrown begging for breadcrumbs and foraging for truth in a boy who cries wolf chasing his own tail. I can't make a home out of shifting sands, and that's a hard pill to swallow waiting on a boy to become a man. But females aren't meant to chase. The sperm chases the egg. Hunt and be hunted. Just know my heart never faltered. I put your name on my altar. And God knows I wish you well. Maybe, if we're lucky, I'll see you in hell. And this is a poem titled March. I wrote a poem for each month of the year, and I put those together into a sweet little book that I'm calling The Wheel. If you care to keep up with the project or what I'm doing artistically, and I can keep up with your things, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, YouTube too, so the handle's at pj.witchdoc, pj.witchdoc. Reach out, let's see how we can support each other. March. March is copper flutes and fool's gold, frog eggs and toad shade, waging war on pollen by the harbor at Botany Bay. The sun is out, and the laundry can wait. Plaid moss and aquamarine gems. The kindling dwindles as bare branches become budding barrens, a dynamic equilibrium tilting toward bloom. In awe of nature's intuition, we greet the early signs of spring like a lover returned from the battalion. A toast to the unsung heroes as we claim collective courage, emerging from our reverie into that liminal space between the worlds of knowing and not knowing. Perhaps not knowing is most intimate. Trogs in the bogs where jolly fungus hums, jade waves cradle the great whale in a basket beneath the willow. Iridescent iris line the shore, where Piscean prisms permeate the walls we built. And as winter thaws, it becomes ever clearer that we are all on some spectrum or another. Magnolias appear like they missed me, magnificent and modest, mending fences between neighbors. Hedges and ledges, sedges and surges, ivory, sage, bellwort, shrubby stonecrop, chicks and hens, hatched, thatched, and patched. Long dresses that graze the grass, in shades of mint, shamrock, chartreuse, and seafoam. The flow state of a hedgehog, still mostly asleep, ejected from a cannon anyway, children of the meadow fondly call it ostra. Jonquil, cohosh, chomping chickweed. The temperature of green tea is never quite right. Nevertheless, we still march on the aisle of ladyfingers and matriarchy. We write poetry in waiting rooms, swaddled and swooning to the wail of bagpipes. Baby's breath ignites a creative spark, an ear-ringing extension cord, and suddenly, we're back online. The stones in our stomach dissolve. Cue the lighter layers of wardrobe and chantilly berry cake for Persephone's recital on the spring equinox. We'll serve deviled eggs, potato salad, and generous helpings of hedonism, fresh dill, and whimsical trinkets strewn about. Have you heard the news? They gave women an entire day of their own, as if it was theirs to give. The nymphs and the fae of the wood and come to host the flora and the fauna. It's an invocation to plant seeds and take a walk in places we haven't walked before. Women gather in circle, hand in hand, wearing incredible garments fit for warrior queens, each of us crowned in a bonny headdress, crafted from flowers, shells, antlers, and birds' nests. We'll pass a bloodstone chalice and sing ancestral hymns, serenading each woman in turn at the center. We'll braid each other's hair and massage our feet, oldest to youngest. We'll dance like our bones can't contain the secret, moving our hips the ways we've been warned not to, calling in a future where it's safe to cry, to moan, to howl, to bleed. And by goddess, if we have to, we'll do it all with a child at our breast. The metaphor in a mandarin orange, stretched thin by growing pains, bursts like the strength of a weed through sidewalk cracks, a dandelion on a special assignment. I work diligently to capture the stench of grief for a perfume, only to realize I missed the assignment. The point was letting it breathe. In small print at the bottom of the bottle, it reads, "You don't get over it, you get through it." And through each passing moment for who knows how long, I will miss the way you fed me wildflowers and read to me, the way you had me sample what you made in your laboratory and how you recklessly chased storms and rubbed my ears for good luck. How did unwavering faith become unshakable doubt? For now, I cope with retail therapy in a cherished cup of Southern comfort. I wear it like merit, nervously chewing jelly beans over a subpoena to the gladiator pit. I consult the arcanas beneath the dripping juice of a Bradford pear under the worm moon. A squirrel swings with frantic glee overhead, rediscovering nuts he'd hid from himself, caught in the constant becoming. It is realistic absurdity, and infuriating innocence. I dare to go sleeveless because the fucks I have left to give are growing armpit hair. At the precipice of rebirth, I can be found in the cabbage patch, learning how to carpe diem, awkward and timeless, with oconee bells and mooly shells wrapped around my waist. There's treasure on Blennerhassett Island. I'm sure of it, Mija. Watching my breath, holding my breath, counting my breaths. I arrive again at the threshold of my divergent heart. Countless new beginnings, but never an end, only the constant becoming. March.
Yeah, everybody keep it going for Priscilla. Oh, it's really nice. Thank you. How's everybody doing? Hell yeah, fabulous. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Keep in mind, we do this every single Wednesday night, and we have awesome hosts like Kevin Evans every single week who do great work. And please come by and see the open mics because they are really special, and there's some really awesome talent that comes through. All right. Up next on the mic, we have Chance. Chance up on the mic. Everybody welcome Chance to the mic, please.
Hey guys, how we doing? Good to see everybody. It's always a trap.
Walk through the door. Turn the lights out. I'll find out if you go down. I've noticed you already know this time. I'm hoping you already know what's right. This lesson represents abandoned son. I'm older doesn't mean that I feel fine. I noticed you already know this time. I'm hoping you already know what's right. This lesson represents abandoned son. I'm old, it doesn't mean I'm come undone. 'Cause I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge of the night. It's just the look, a song, a tourniquet to tie you off the way. Goodbye, a paper napkin, dry your eyes, you see the line. Mascara just to save the night, your face is trying to run for cover. Someone call the doctor, 'cause I'm older, reckless and abandoned, son. Surrounded by your love. I'm older, reckless and abandoned, surrounded by your love. Just come with me.
Should keep it going, fuck it.
Whoop.
This song is called Tickets Please. Rick and Morty joke.
I'm just a boy with a lot on my mind, looking for a reason, but I can't seem to find. Can't seem to find. And I said, I didn't mean to stay. Here for the fall, and I'm having such a ball.
Yeah. And it goes like.
And I'm just a man with a plan in my head. Fuck, I'm trying to understand. Mr. Noble, I know where I'm supposed to live. And I said that I don't wanna stay. No. And I'm here for the fall, and I'm having such a and I'm falling down. I'm spinning around. I guess that's what I get when I say, I didn't need to stay. Oh no. Oh, but I'm here for the fall. I'm having such a ball. And it goes like.
That's it, my friend. Voice crack. Now we did it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Keep it going for a chance. your temporary awesome host, Chameleon. If you haven't already, this is a really good time to grab a drink from the bar, tip your bartenders, and feel a little bit of that root, if you will. It's a very, very nice root and will do you good. All right, we're going to keep things moving along. I'm going to close things out in a little bit here, but before we do that, I want to welcome a very talented, wonderful fellow. His name is Joe Shelton. So please give a warm welcome to Mr. Joe Shelton.
Well, thank you. And I had to ask that guy, and you can find him at Baby Blue on Spotify and I'm sure other things. That was really wonderful. BLEU, I'm told. That was wonderful. Who wants to follow that? Not me. Apparently. And I mentioned to you also, and this will be the soft opening, I probably need to have an album drop, but my album's dropped. What do you say to that? What? You can find me under the poet Joe Shelton. It's a cover album called Vine Street, with more to come. Vine Street. But apparently there's a lot of albums named Vine Street, so it is hard to find the poet Joe Shelton. All right. A couple of poems and a silly song. The ocean of lights below the plain as we climb out of Fort Worth tonight sorts itself out unnaturally, as though to disturb the extra sense, the one that feels dread upon realizing that we're not extras in a science fiction movie, but rather are the pampered slaves of dystopia. The millions of lit specks are as thick as the wash of the Milky Way. Not that anyone below in the hyper-illuminated hellscape has ever seen a galaxy other than in a movie or a textbook. Unlike stars and planets, which invite connection into geometric shapes, so to be reimagined as constellations, and inevitably beg examination as legend, these wretched things mostly form unimaginative rectangles within lineless but undeniable grids. Everywhere there's light, a red one or a yellow one or a white-hot white. Only a very few pulse or flicker and do so as a too rhythmic artificiality. Break light platelets pulse out along artery roads and headlight leukocytes pulse back the other way through highway veins. Climbing to altitude, clusters of orange lights are as embers of dying campfires at the horizon. They grow dim and dimmer. I turn on the memo function of my cell phone to write seems the wrong verb. My final report. The darkness is offended at finding my stubbled face and glinting readers eerily illuminated from below by my phone screen reflected in the window. I make the screen go black to erase myself and to gift the lack of light to the young, beautiful couple beside me flying home from Madrid to Vacaville, California. Her long blonde hair streams onto his chest as she rests her head against his shoulder. Lo, the black angular wing outside with its blinking light at the tip slashes into the glow from below like the biggest knife from the block. There's blackness as my eyes adjust, and then from above, the blind yet brilliant stars watch over we wingless creatures who taunt long-dead gods with our flight, formed as we are from the same magical dust. Anyway, I was on a plane that time. Okay, first ever public performance of this. It's an old one. Once, I wished to be gay, in the older happy sense, but still young in a way, and the vestigial organs of my virginal youth, with the great booming pipes transubstantiated vermouth, into the nighttime shadow of the cathedral's twin spires by the pit of my despair. It inspires some goose flesh on my neckmate just there. From jazz and liquor away, I'll be damned if I'll stay, for the slender girl sings at the speakeasy tonight in a revolutionary beret. Well, 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 again I'm her buffoon, dumbly gushing over her like some love-struck oil tycoon from the 20s, among a million spinning 78s, while my doe-eyed dopey staring creates of me a little Jackie Russell peering into a gramophone and lathered with mild distress while bathing in the voice of the girl in her red dress. Would a rush and a push to some fantasy land on a lovely fugue estate bring me any special strife? Or would hearing in her valiant quaver a sultry moan of yes in its intimate caress of my dopamine gland? Why, people who are weaker than I take what they want from life. Mon Dieu, verily, it is true, her sultry français has set fluttering mon cœur. Ich bin ein patisserie framboise avec un petit café.
Thank you.
All right, and this one, somebody asked me to do with them on Friday, so we'll see how that goes. It'll be with music and everything. Oh, no, lest I forget. Human friendship. I mentioned I wrote this at the Kava bar at our Haywood location. Our old friend Lon Springer was kind of checking in on me in progress. I always remember that. Ahuma nuka nuka, apawa. It's the fish that has Hawaii going gaga. If you see huma nuka nuka in the reef, there's an apawa swimming up behind it, disbelief. Ahuma nuka nuka, apawa. How are you gonna name a fish so long? Ahuma nuka nuka, apawa. It's a plateful for a Polynesian papa. At the restaurant you want it, but it's hard to put it in you 'cause it takes so long to order and it fills up half the menu. Huma nuka nuka, apawa. How are you gonna name a fish so long? Huma nuka nuka, apawa. I serve it hotter than a pot of lava. It's a yummy, yummy that you're gonna wanna eat some more. Get your belly loamy, or you're gonna wake up sore. Huma nuka nuka, apawa. How are you gonna name a fish so long? Huma nuka nuka, apawa. It's a surf and turfer's cure for feeling blah blah. A delicious little piggy with a fishy with a piggy looking sound. If you really overeat it, then your foot'll get the gout. Huma nuka nuka, apawa. Oh, what would trigger you to name a fish so long? It makes it difficult to fit into a song. It's so long. Huma nuka nuka, apawa. Thank you, Kava Bar.
All right, everybody keep it going for Joe Shelton. I just want to thank all of the performers and the audience members for sharing a really awesome night with me. Keep making, keep writing, keep exploring your artistic creativity, and don't stop, because life is just going to keep going. And it really helps reflect like very, very powerful moments in your life. So yes, in that case, do that. We do this every single Wednesday night. Next week, hopefully Kevin Evans is back. He's a really, really awesome, talented poet, so please come back and check him out. We'll be back here doing our thing. This week, we have Hurricane Ducat on Saturday night. Come check that out. So that's going to be a really good show. And yeah, I'm going to close this thing out. I am your temporary awesome host, Trash Chameleon, and I'm going to read you some things, some poems. I have to get into gargoyle stance. Excuse me. I admit, I have been letting poems fling into the sun, the moon, the wind, the ivies. I let them swish and pass through fragrantly. Anyway, I had a thought that brought me back into the abyss that is word Excalibur. Well, now I'm here. I remember the obstacle that I'm currently adjacent at in wide-eyed infinite. Oops, there is a message, a massage. These rips and plagues keep boggling for a few seconds, and then drapes fall betwixt our eyes. And so much must be done. So much must be done. She is a wildwoods, a tease, a split at the ends, a memory. Can I forget her in the sacred highway where words plastered the castle walls? I ache and weep and ache as he begs for a stalemate, but I step away and come back to a forced perspective and absolutely adjust and renovate placated, recently sedated, empty oracle. Sad switch in softened terms without a friend for music that resonates trust and loyalty. Help yourself. I will climb this lovely log ladder in one moment. I don't care anymore for the perspective of the other, or rather devil's advocate. Another Bible thumble. I don't have the same stacks. I just kept going, and I am here. And this is where I am with you. And I severely ache for acceptance on all fours. All doors bleed my story. Rip the iron wine and then some. Everybody makes mistakes, but not everybody forgives. And it's my soggy, downtrodden corner that I realize love is so much more than it could ever appear and has no end or beginning. Still, I am wrecked in discourse, subdued and painted in colors of no relief until I keep the promises I make to myself. Can I be at peace, please? He says no. So I have to sail in the metaphors and hyperboles and sarcasm that suit the everyday now. Keep getting caught in the netting and wishing it was a parachute. And then the wreckage. Not much to say, but heart splits, bends, breaks even, oddly too. I think it reconnects with scar tissue and heals quite fine, though, I hope. For those of you who are sick of the phrase, time heals all wounds, I don't blame you, but hear me out. This healing could be magic and gentle and challenging, but worth every $2 bill or silver dollar. Does it cause pain? Absolutely, but it takes more and more. So taking you back into bliss in real time, not just instant gratification style. You did it. Is it enough? It's never enough for some. For others, it's everything. Bask in that rather than focus on this empty hole you've been raking for years, dears. This is not an ultimatum. This is just a piece I named Trial and Error Part 1, and it is that, and I am trying. Thanks. So much restitution in their eyes. The colored lines, the mirror markers, crave for paper. Yet to feed a machine, oh dear, oh Lord, asunder, blunder, wouldn't waste, couldn't. Shouldn't half this or more, hope it's not keeping score. The eyelet owl, her noose lit, but her eyes a little too angry, but just brows, then hair, then hyperb owl. The snarl from face to face, erased by blurst, asunder to see. New me, old me, a key, ripped in bogeyman, ripped in stage. Cicada after cicada after cicada, smooth the rhythms. And then a bunch let out flowers for good omens. And the church has free food, and the money has time for that, and the ware's lost, but gratitude's misgiving, live in raw, rare recitals. And I saw him, free for a moment, with his shoes off, grasping the stones like they were his birth mother. And he knew her, only flecks of hello, only angels of current revival hidden in deep hollow. To sell a sail on knees of Hemingway, leaned backwards in uptune, sour onyx, it hides electrons you met before. For belts of books, the sonnet of insanity could not be found. User agrees the lack is insignificant, but still, telehealth borrows the time like a nook. I have very ancient needs, and one of them is a real person in a real room with real words. So much that my body becomes unnerved at the thought, because the noise, the inlays, the deafening heroin beat of 10,000 cicadas has awakened something I don't have digital language for. And if I haven't been clear, I promise to be good until good doesn't make sense anymore, but my wants are only to be good and adjacent to every angle laid bare. You can hear the wires crunch when she walks, fortuitously so. But what about the body? You ask nobody about the body. You ask the body about the body. You fidget, listen, whimper, whine for food, pretend to be someone else, pretend to be you. You question eons of attraction and dissolution, and then you sit, stir, respect the holy law you know, and be at peace for one moment. But if moment is not measured, we whisk a waste away. Waterly Ophelia, liminal state, blank opaque, runneth in heart for a day. You ache, and you ache, and you ache, and you ache. So internalized, so you ache. Comparisons, revival, so you ache. So selfish while you ache, but you decided not to live here anymore. So you push yourself off the nearest proverbial cliff and say hellfire, and hope for some retribution. Lays itself a shiny road, rather brick, rather foundation. Pray, pray, pray to God. You snap back in time to find yourself before it is too late, because you came here to love and create experiences betwixt misunderstanding. Thanks. I just have a couple more, and then Romy's going to close everybody off. Admittance. The body. No questions were allowed here, and foundation. Oh, wait. Just pretend I didn't have it. The presence of begging, wild wolves and impatience break and crumble the non-existent barrier of light. There is a fear here that sets in right on time. She knows it, lives her own breath of it, but it is untranslatable to the ones who hold. The slips of the tire iron deepen like a nook you could live there. Inside that crusted metal weight, no identity to call upon, and the forward blends of self-criticism, color of lack, blustery bone dry. It's the pain again, layered concepts of difficult speech, and once was gliding through the seaside of morrows and yesterdays, so knee-pressed, cautious, weary, under the oath of it all, but to whomst? Apologies demanded by the veil splitters, by sweet lost lovers. What is the protocol? What is the verdict? Saddled and wrapped in a complex poison, brought to reckon with the raw truth every day, while lies sift out softly and quite easily of other divisions. Don't erase the real, don't shut an eye, but hold fast. Boat is treading an eye of storm. It's so personal, it's weird, like an antique collection no one knows about, talking in your sleep, and it's pizza. Admittance. The body. No questions were allowed here, and foundation material was laid upon the hill crest. The stones were full of color. The rubric is not math for garden's sake. It is math, but unannounced, particular, dynamic garden. Bad brains in the house tonight. Life and life and life and life. Gotta win some, gotta lose some. I'm okay with going neutral, still hardened in times of tough gut. Miasma is the lily. She sings on an open highway going meow. Tonight is her birthday, and we wish her so fortuitously. Beings are called to the cellular home, for it is their time to greet media in a heavenly way. Painstakingly disciplined at the most non-secular angles to revive time and receive my power back, still it weighs. Brunt force, I am not sure. Brunt force, I am not sure. Gentle disposition, entirely difficult with the heat of a beehive beneath his feet. It's entirely non-secular, yet again with the hoops of language like a telecaster. Okay, there's got to be something dictating the shape of the weave. I will sift in the corners for now like dust or suit sprites, liminally lifted as butterfly persuasion. So I let her drive. Even though the impulsive turns the vehicle off its axis, I let her drive, and the seat is wet from the spilled coffee, still warm in the passenger's seat. I take deep breaths and lay an egg on the dashboard. There's not much life inside, but brutalist structures for a blueprint and for an architect's weapon. Tell me why I stopped pondering language and visual pursuits, tone of myrrh and soft resolving sigh. Revolving door has no answer. It pretends to be a staircase. And then a ceremonial merry-go-round, shape evolving to meet the world's aching heart. I beg it to stop, but it does only when I surrender my gifts. I so cautiously gathered like acorns and tree stars caught on the woodland floor. Thanks. And this is a poem by Rumi. A moth flying into the flame says with its wing fire, try this. The wick with its knotted neck broken tells you the same. A candle, as it diminishes, explains, gathering more and more is not the way. Burn, become light and heat and help melt. The ocean sits in the stand, letting its lap fill with pearls and shells, then empty. A bitter salt taste hums this. The phoenix gives up on good and bad, flies to rest on Mount Quaff, no more burning and rising from ash. It sends out one message. The rose purifies its face, drops the soft petals, shows its thorn and points. Wine abandons thousands of famous names, the vintage years and delightful bouquets to run wild and anonymous through your brain. The flute closes its eyes and gives its lips to Hamza's emptiness. Everything begs with the silent rocks for you to be flung out like light over this plain, the presence of shams. Thank you for an awesome open mic. Have a wonderful evening and tip your bartenders because they work hard for the money, so you better treat them right. Thank you.